And so now, with no further ado, we move into our worship, into the celebration of Shabbat, letting God into our lives and into this room that connects us across time and space, because God is with us in each one of us and connecting us on this Sabbath to the holiness of this day. We'll begin on page 172, Ma Tovu.
Ma Tovu,
It is our custom at Temple Beth Or to welcome one another into Shabbat. And so I am going to invite you in just a moment to go into breakout rooms and to welcome those who are from our community and here to celebrate with Ellie on this special day of her birthday and her bat mitzvah, and to wish each other And now we continue with our opening readings. We'll begin with Ellie's grandmother, Alice Portnoy, who will be reading from page 81 in the prayer book.
I can stay the tears of others if I can see myself as diminished of this sorrow. I can hasten the time when everyone will be able to rejoice in freedom. And if I can see myself as the companion of those fighting against oppression, I can honor the struggle of people everywhere to gain dignity and deliverance from bondage. When I look at myself in the mirror, who will I see?
And for our second reading, I invite Hannah Anderson.
What message have you for young people? Asked Carl Stern of NBC, including a television interview with Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel shortly before his death. Rabbi Heschel replied, "Let them remember that there is meaning beyond absurdity. Let them be sure that every deed counts, that every word has power, and that we all can do our share to redeem the world in spite of all absurdities and all frustrations and all disappointments. And above all, let them remember to build a life as if it were a work of art."
And now we continue in our prayer books on page 175 through 178 as Ellie leads us in becoming bat mitzvah and reading Torah and teaching us this morning.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata lasech v'bina lehavhin ben yom u'ben laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rokach haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzvah gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish harumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'av koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamevir sheina me'enai udnuma me'afapai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat horim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
And now we continue on page 194 with the Hatzi Kaddish.
יתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי והמלך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעלם ולעלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה ברכו, לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמין רן בעלמא, ויאמרו אמן.
During our worship service this morning, you may feel free to rise or to be seated as is comfortable for you in your specific space and as is your custom for the different portions of our worship service. And so we continue now on page 195 with the call to worship. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer or uvarei choshech, osei shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladamim alecha berahamim, uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechochma asita, malah ha'aretz kinyaneha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al sheva me'aseh yadecha, ve'al moreh or she'asita yifarucha selah. or Chadash al Sion Ta'ir, Benizke Kulanu Mehera Le'aro. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMe'orot. We continue on page 199. O God, inspiration and guide for all. You have spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear, in every land and every age. Your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity. We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully, we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose. May the teachings of our ancestors live on in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth. Baruch atah Adonai, haboher be'amo Yisrael ba'ava.
We continue on page 200 with the Shema.
Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kehod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
We continue on page 201. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantan levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha U'latecha ba'derech, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'chayu l'totafot bein einecha. U'ftavta al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, l'man tiskeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim l'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hodseiti etem, Meretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem l'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. Love Adonai your God with every heartbeat, and with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. We continue on page 203. In the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Okay.
continue with Tefillah on pages 205 to 207. Adonai sefatachita ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatachita ufi agid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El HaGadol, HaGibor, HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Vehonei HaKol, Vezocher HaSeira, Gofei Mahot, Umevi Gehula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Ve'avah, Melech Hoser, Mashiach, and Madoni. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rab Le'Yoshia. Morid Atah, Mechayeh Hayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Le'Rachamim Rabim. Samech Noflim Verafei Olim. Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishanei Yafa, Mikamo Kabal Geburot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umekayeh, Umashmiya Yeshua. Bene'emana talachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Menhayei hakol.
We continue with the Kiddusha, pages 208 through 210.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשפי מרום, ככתוב על נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ, כבודו. אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו מדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו הוא אבינו הוא מלכנו הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו ברחמיו לעיני כל חי אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד כולך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
On page 211, the meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness in time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the world of creation, from the world of creation to the mystery of God's world. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, ציפורי עוני תשובה. ישמחו מלאכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, וקורא עוני שבת. מקודשי שבי שבת, כולם יצבעו ויתרבו בשבת, והשיר רצית בו ותקשתו שבת, אמדור ימים ותוקרת שבת, ישמחו במלאכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, וקוראי עוני שבת, ישמחו במלאכותך, שומרי, שומרי, שומרי שבת, וקוראי עוני שבת. Shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei onei Shabbat. Yismechu b'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, korei onei Shabbat.
Page 212. On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to forgive others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable unto you. We praise you, Adonai, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha, v'yirah na'avon. Our prayers are only complete if we truly seek peace. Sim Shalom, page 216.
Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uveracha. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uveracha. Sim shalom, sim shalom, sim shalom, tova uveracha.
Let us take a moment now to open our hearts and let God in with silent prayer. And now we turn to that portion of the service where we will take the Torah and have our bat mitzvah read it. We turn to the service for reading Torah on page 244 and invite Ellie's family to lift and undress the Torah while they pass the Torah through the generations into her hands.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני ואין כמעשיך מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני עוז למויתן. Adonai yivarech et amo b'shalom, ki mitzion teitzei Torah. Ki mitzion teitzei Torah, udvar Adonai merushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Lecha Adonai HaGidul, VeHaGivura, VeHaTiferet, VeHaNetzach, VeHaHod, Ki Chol Bashamayim U'Baaretz, Ki Chol Bashamayim U'Baaretz, Lecha Adonai HaMamlecha, Ve'ani na'aseh lecho.
My Torah portion is Shalach Laha, chapter 15, verses 6 through 21. It talks about the important parts of it.
Ya'amod Raphael Ben Wolf. We call for the first Aliyah, Richard Portnoy.
Can you hear me? Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher becha benu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, la'ayel ta'aseh mincha, saleh shenei esronim, belulav hashemen, shlishi hachin, ve'ayin lanesech, shlishi hachin, takri reach nichoach, l'Adonai, v'chi ta'aseh ben bakar, ola ozavach, lifale neder o shlamim le'Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher na'atan lanu Torat emet v'hayenu olam nata b'tachenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yomdu Meshulam ben David, Hanabat Abraham veSarah. We call for the second Aliyah, Max and Hannah Anderson.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed,
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher baka banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. V'hikriv al ben habakar mincha salat shlasha esronim belula b'shemen hatzi hahin v'yayin takriv lanesech hatzi chachin isher rayach nichach ladonai kacha ya'aseh lashor ha'echad o la'ayil ha'echad o la'seva kvasim o ba'izim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Du Menachem ben Raphael, Ruth Aharona bat Abraham Sarah. We call for the third Aliyah, Doug and Jessica Portnoy.
Baruch et Adonai Hamarak.
Baruch Adonai Habarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamarak Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Kamispar asher ta'asu kaha ta'asu la'echad kamisparam koha Ezra ya'aseh kaha et ele lehikri visherech nichach ladonai v'chi yagur itchem ger asher b'torachem ledorotechem v'asa isher nichach ladonai ka'asher ta'asu ken ya'aseh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei olam nata b'torkeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ta'amud habat mitzvah, Eliora Ahava ben Menachem Ruth Aharona. We call for the final Aliyah, the bat mitzvah, Elliot Claire Portnoy.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamarak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Hakahal huka achatz lachem velager hagar hukat olam ledorotechem kachem kager yihyeh lachem. Lifnei Adonai, Torah achat umishpat echad yihyeh lachem. V'lager hagar itchem, v'yedaber Adonai al Moshe lemor. Daber el b'nei Yisrael v'amarta alechem, v'voachem el haaretz asher ani mevi etchem shama. Amen. V'haya ba'ahem milechem haaretz, tarimu truma ladonai. Reshit arisotechem hala tarimu truma. Ki truma at goren ken tarimu ota. Mereshit arisotechem titnu ladonai. Truma ledorotechem. In the case of a ram, you shall present as a meal offering 2/10 of a measure of choice flour with 1/3 of a hin of oil mixed in, and 1/3 of a hin of wine as libation, as an offering of pleasing odor to the Eternal. And if it is an animal an animal from the herd that you offer to the Eternal as a burnt offering or as a sacrifice, in fulfillment of a vow explicitly uttered, or as an offering of well-being. There shall be offered a meal offering along with the animal, 3/10 of a measure of choice flour with half a hin of oil mixed in. And as libation you shall offer half a hin of wine, these being offerings by fire of pleasing odor to the Eternal. Thus shall be done with each ox, with each ram, and with any sheep or goat. As many as you offer, you shall do thus each one as many as there are. Each citizen, when presenting an offering by fire of pleasing odor to the Eternal, shall do so with them. And when, throughout the ages, a stranger who has taken up residence with you, or one who lives among you, would present an offering by fire of pleasing odor to the Eternal, as you do, so shall it be done by the rest of the congregation. There shall be one law for you and for the resident stranger. It shall be a law for all time throughout the ages. You and the stranger shall be alike before the Eternal. The same ritual and the same rule shall apply to you and to the stranger who resides among you. The Eternal One spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the Israelite people, and say to them, When you enter the land to which I am taking you, and you eat some of the bread of the land, you shall set aside some as a gift to the Eternal, as the first yield of your baking. You shall set aside a loaf as a gift. You shall set it aside as a gift, like the gift from the threshing floor. You shall make a gift to the Eternal from the first yield of your baking throughout the ages. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
And now we call forward our Hagba and Galila, the Portnoy and Anderson family to lift and dress the Torah.
Bezot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Yala lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 yai lai la lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai.
My Haftarah is Joshua chapter 2, verses 15 through 18. It talks about the spies who came into Israel to explore the land, and a woman named Rahab sheltered them from the pursuers to keep them safe. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar bin bi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'b'nbi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. V'toredem b'hevel be'ad ha'halom ki v'eta b'kir ha'homa Uvahoma Hioshavet Vatomer Lachem Hahara Lehu Penyifgeu Bachem Harudfim Benach Betem Shama Shloshet Yamim Ad Shuv Harudfim Le'ahar Telchu Ledarhehem Vayomru Eleha Hanachim Nikiim Anachnu Vishvuatecha Zeh Asher Hishvatanu Hine Anachnu Ba'im Ba'aretz Etikvat Hut Hashani Hazeh Tikshari Bahalon Asher Harotei Eloheinu vo, v'et David, v'et Imet, v'et Ai, v'et kol beit Avi, ta'asvi elaich habayta. Rahab lived in a house built into the city wall, so she let the men down from the window by a rope. She said to them, "Head for the hills so that the pursuers don't run into you. Hide there for 3 days until they come back. Then go your way." The men had warned her, "We shall be free of the oath you made us swear, unless, when we invade this country, you tie this cord of red thread outside your window, through which you let us down. Bring your father, your mother, your brothers, and all of your family together in your house. Then, anyone who goes out of your house must accept the consequences, and we shall not be responsible. But if any harm comes to anyone who remains in your house, we shall be responsible. And if you tell anyone what we have been doing, we will be free of the oath you made us swear." Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zor kol halomim, sadik bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber u'mkayem, shekol davarav emet b'tzedek. Al haTorah ve'al havodah ve'al hanevi'im ve'al yom haShabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limucha lehavod u'tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach u'mvarchim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi kol chai tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mechadesh haShabbat.
Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Yelano, 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 Ulechul Yisrael, Yelano, Yelano, Ulechul Yisrael. Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Simon Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Mazel Tavu, Simon Tavu, Yelano.
Shabbat Shalom. My portion is about God giving the land of Israel to the Israelites. It's expected then for the Israelites to give an offering up to God. At the time, this meant mostly animal sacrifice, which we wouldn't do now. Duh. These verses make clear that strangers living among the Israelites must also give offerings to God, which I see as a demonstration of some kind of cultural equality. Along with animal sacrifice, the Israelites were expected to give up their first loaf of challah to symbolize their gratitude. Jewish bakers today tear off a piece of challah and toss it into the fire to connect with this order. I've been trying to relate to my Torah portion, but during this challenging time, it's been really, really hard for me to find gratitude. COVID-19 has sadly taken away so many opportunities away from me, such as returning to 6 Points Creative Arts Camp for my non-Jewish friends and family, Jewish summer camp, spending this summer with my best friend Rebecca, and perhaps most importantly, the vision for my bat mitzvah. This is not how I expected it to be. But my Torah portion reminds me of how much I do have to be grateful for. Healthy family and friends, and even being able to do my bat mitzvah through Zoom, and connecting with people who may not have originally been able to celebrate with me in person. I'm so glad that you all took time out of your day to connect with me and support me in becoming a bat mitzvah. This is a reflective of my message to you all today. We should focus our time on people who need it most than us, more than us. We have so much time that we could offer, especially during quarantine. And this has become particularly clear to me, and even most recently with the Black Lives Matter movement. In fact, if I had the time, I might have just rewritten my whole entire speech about racial justice. I've heard so much negativity about quarantine, mostly from me. I tend to complain a lot, but I'm working on that. Sorry, Mom and Dad. My Torah portion showed me that we have a lot, but it's important to give some up. For the Israelites, it was just tangible resources. But for me, for us, it could be time. For my mitzvah project, I sent words of encouragement, good vibes, and stories to the elderly at a local retirement community. This community is particularly vulnerable to COVID-19, so they are separated from family and loved ones. I decided to write to them because I thought about how I would feel if I wasn't able to connect with my family or friends. It's been really hard for me not to see my friends in person, but I'm learning to be grateful for FaceTime especially, because that has really gotten me through quarantine. Thanks, Apple. Even though I'm not able to connect with my friends in real life, I would rather them be safe and healthy. Giving up time that I would normally spend with my friends is a mitzvah on its own, in my opinion. Now I would like to share my gratitude to those who have really, really, really helped me become a bat mitzvah and enter Jewish womanhood. To my lovely parents, I know that this process was really stressful for you, especially with me being extremely lazy. But thank you for trying your best to push me to study and take my bat mitzvah seriously, which I don't think I do. Thank you to Zemmer Lexi, Rabbi Dinner, and Rabbi Citron for guiding me and my classmates through this process. It means a lot. Thank you to my brother Max for making me laugh and hugging me when I cry, and making me cry. Thank you to Hannah, my sister-in-law, for truly understanding me and helping me through all of my 7th grade struggles. Thank you to my Hebrew tutor, Nancy, for literally everything. You pushed me so hard and helped me through this year. Don't forget about mascara. Thank you to my class, the Jewish Deli Donuts. You guys really are something. No, but really, thank you. Finally, thank you to everyone who joined me here today. Oh, hi. I know this wasn't what we expected, but at least we can stay connected this way. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you everyone for joining Ellie this morning. It's wonderful to see her supported from the West Coast. I know you're just having your coffee, and the Midwest family and friends, the East Coast, and across the pond where it's practically tea time. We plan, God laughs. It's a theme. The pandemic changed our original vision for Ellie's bat mitzvah. Tears were shed. Maybe on several occasions, maybe more, and there was some mourning, but what was, Ellie has embraced what is, and that's true to her personality. Ellie, you came to us a little later in life, later than we were anticipating. We didn't set out to have our kids be 13 years apart. Again, we plan, God laughs. She was born on this day 13 years ago, almost to the minute here. And we were overjoyed at her arrival. Allie, you showed us your personality immediately. You laughed or cried for almost 3 years straight, much to your brother's dismay. There was no middle ground for you. And that passion has spilled over into your youth and tweens and will no doubt follow you into your teens and adulthood. Ellie, with the depth in which you feel things, I know that that can be overwhelming sometimes, but we need people like you in this world right now. We need someone who feels strongly about justice, someone who stands up and stands out. Thank you for being you. It's a privilege to be your mom, and I feel proud and connected to you through Judaism and your commitment to Tikkun Olam. Dad and I support you fully, and we look forward to watching you thrive as you enter Jewish womanhood. I love you.
My mascara.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Ellie, you did a fabulous job. I'm still catching my breath, as you all are probably. There's a lot to celebrate today. Not only is it your bat mitzvah, it's also your 13th birthday. And if that's not special enough, today is June 13th. As you know, there are 613 commandments. And as a bat mitzvah, you are now expected to follow those commandments. There are a lot of commandments. I decided to look over the list of commandments to see which ones you might have trouble with. And I'm shocked to discover mitzvah 185. I'm sorry to tell you this, but according to mitzvah number 185, you can no longer eat non-kosher crawling insects. I know how much you're looking forward to that special bowl of maggots for your birthday lunch today. But I do have some good news. According to mitzvah number 17, I could not embarrass you in public, so I had to cut out about 90% of my speech. including talking about your profound and relentless love of soup. Ellie, I'm so proud of how you've led our service today. I'm also proud of the smart, talented, funny, and trendy young woman you have become. But what I'm most proud of is your sense of fairness and your willingness to speak out against injustice. I hope you have learned from your Torah reading that you have to dedicate your time and energy to not only achieve your goals, but also to bring attention to the inequalities in our world and to actually make a difference. The world needs dynamic people like you to overcome our failings and to help those who are marginalized. As you take your place in our Jewish community, I also hope you continue to work on the following things. 1, always be honest and true with yourself and with others. In short, be candid, girl. Not just in how you look, but in what you say and do. Be candid through and through. 2, believe in yourself and don't be afraid to fail. Look at what you accomplished today because you worked hard and were dedicated to your learning. Lastly, always listen to your mother.
Yeah.
She is usually right. Oh, sorry, I mean she's always right. Ellie, though you're a young woman now, I hope you'll never stop trampoline dancing, singing in the rain, tickle fighting, and playing back-to-back tug-of-war. Try not to take everything so seriously. Finally, in the words of the great meteorologist Elsie Kenworthy, I hope all of your days are how we like our eggs, sunny side up. I love you so much. I'm proud to be your dad.
Mazel tov, Ellie. This is such a special time for you, for our congregation, for our world. You have brought us blessing in the way that your family has brought such joy to this day, despite its challenges, is a sign of who you are from within and the way that you have taught us today. That we need to have gratitude even in these times and use that gratitude of our blessing to reach out toward others. I love that you changed your speech to match the understanding of these times and what really is needed. You know, I challenge you to continue to use your voice for good and for change. Next week, for example, the Poor People's Campaign is hosting a virtual meeting nationwide to talk about issues of race. And a whole portion of the Poor People's Campaign is dedicated to the arts and what the arts can do for us in changing the world and bringing about justice. And I hope your beautiful singing voice will be a part of that leadership next week and a part of that leadership into the days and weeks and years to come, to take our world and make it a better place, to sing out of the injustices and to sing of the blessing and joy that you pray for and that you will work for in the weeks ahead. And so mazel tov to you, bat mitzvah and birthday girl. We celebrate with you. We have many gifts that we'll deliver to you when we pick up that Torah from your house and exchange it for your very own Kiddush cup from our sisterhood, a mezuzah from our brotherhood, a certificate celebrating this day from our board of directors, and from our religious school, a book that takes you through the journey of Jewish time, giving you a reference always from your tradition to look to celebrate the blessings that are so prevalent in your life. And so Zeber Lexi and I now offer for you the priestly benediction.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and keep you.
יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May God's countenance shine upon you and be loving to you.
ישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May that light of God that is planted within you always radiate toward seeking and knowing peace. Amen and Mazel Tov. And so, Ellie, as we celebrate with you in blessings on this day, so too we ask God's blessings upon those in our community who are in need of healing. We especially ask God's blessing upon Sue Brim, Betty Cross, Sharon Davis, Harav Yisrael Gadal Ben Batya, Dave Griffith, Anita Lederer, Molly Freed, Wendy Newby, Candy Paul, Rudy Pariser, Jackie Schlesinger, Laura Stein, Bruce Wayne, Alan Weinberg, and Abel Zalkberg. I invite you to add names of your own friends and family who are in need of healing, as well as all of those who are facing the difficulties and peril of the COVID pandemic, and all of those who are suffering because of the oppression that we have brought upon our world. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim, blessed are you, O God, who is the source of healing of body, of soul, and of mind. May you bring that healing speedily and in our day. Amen. And now we turn to the Aleinu on page 282 in our prayer book through 287.
עלינו לשבח לאדונך כל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגאי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלוכינו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Page 291. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people who we love. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways that we remember. We call to mind now the recent passing of Robert Zucker and Barbara Levy, and we mark the yahrzeit, the anniversary of death, of Louis Ackerman, Harry Bromberg, Michael Cahill, Robert Allen Gross, Sylvia Cutler, Catherine Daniel, Esther Davis, Joan Kirshner Eisenberg, Sarah Forshner, Shirley Friedman, Larry Garfin, Major General James Grimsley, Lee Katz, Pauline Klieger, Sylvia Goldie Mazer, Ernest Neiman, Hannah Schlachter, Henry Shapiro, Jenny Farber Sylvester, Devetta Levine Steed, Paul Arthur Unger, and Shirley Wolf. We add names of all of those who you are remembering. I invite you to write the names of those who have added blessing to your life, who you remember now at this time of Kaddish. Zikronam Livracha, may their names live on in blessing. We rise as we say the words of the Kaddish found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'almich malchutei, v'chayachon uyom echon v'chayed kol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yiramam yitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalal, Shemei Kudusha, Brichu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tush bechata v'nechemata, Damiran v'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'imru mav, Uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'akol Yisrael. Bimru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world. And let us say together, Amen. And as we turn to our closing song, I invite our Jewish jelly donuts, also known as our now graduated 7th graders to 8th graders, to prepare for Motzi and Kiddush to celebrate with us this Shabbat and Ellie's Bat Mitzvah.
Oh, say shalom, b'rolam. Oh, say shalom, b'rolam. Uyase, uyase, uyase shalom. Uyase, uyase, uyase shalom. Uyase, uyase, uyase shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down.
And so now I invite the Jewish jelly donuts to lift up the Kiddush cup along with Ellie and her family and to share in these words. Please unmute yourself and join as I count to 3. 1 and 2 and 3.
Hey,
And everybody take a sip of your
congratulations,
wine.
Kelly.
And we will uncover the challah, the beautiful challah baked by your tutor, Nancy, and you're going to have to share a lot of that with us. The jelly donuts are a little bit upset that they will only get that virtually today, but we'll share in the blessing anyway when I count to 3. 1 and 2 and 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech hamotzi lechem voices as our joyful Amen.
Amen. Everybody take a piece and Shabbat Shalom.